Tools and techniques in knowledge management. Introduction. Knowledge management tools enable and enhance knowledge generation. Codification and transfer of knowledge. Knowledge generation facilities knowledge availability to other. Knowledge transfer decrease problems with reference to time and place by adapting proper communication within the organization. It is possible to classify knowledge management technologies as follows: communication, collaboration, connect creation, content management, adoption, e learning, personal tools, artificial intelligence, networking. Knowledge management technologies support sharing, dissemination, acquisition, and application of knowledge. Knowledge management technology uses tools and techniques by borrowing from other disciplines under the perfect blend to in order to suit all the needs of knowledge management discipline. Such selected tools and techniques must be capable of supporting in implementing the overall strategies within the business organization. Knowledge management tools. Knowledge management uses a wide range tools in implementation. They play a crucial role in the conversion of data into knowledge. The major categories of knowledge management tools are knowledge capture and creation tools, knowledge sharing and discrimination tools, knowledge acquisition and application tools. Each category has a set of tools to apply in knowledge management technologies. Knowledge capture and creation tools. The following are the different kinds of knowledge capture and creation tools: content creation tools, data mining and knowledge discovery, blogs, content management tools, content creation tools. There is a strong prediction that content management system shall become a commodity in the future. Many content management system projects fail owing to lack of good implementation standards and a lack of an understanding of usability issues. Only approaches will continue to generate usefulness projects. This failure provide a valuable source of learning. The move towards open standard would greatly assist the evolution of CMS, which is likely to proceed with the use of protocol for communicating with between content management system. It calls for additional standard for storing, structuring and managing content. Evenly, content document records and knowledge management will coverage, which will the to be greatest benefit to organization. However, there is no merged platform to accommodate such a conversions. Authorized tools, the most commonly used content creation tools, and range from the generate word processing to the more specialized web page design software. Announced technologies enable short comments to be attached. to specific section of text document, often by a number of different authors. By making use of the track changes feature inwardly, this allows running commentary announce many be public visible to all who access and read to document, or private visible to the author of only. Data mining and knowledge discovery. The data mining and knowledge discovery process automatically contract predictive information from large databases on statistical analysis, typically cluster analysis using a combination of machine learning, statistical analyzing, modeling techniques, and database technology. Data mining detect hidden pattern and show subtle relationship in data and inference rules that allow the prediction of future result. This analyzes the raw data in order to offer a model that attempts to explain the observed pattern. This model helps to predict future occurrence and to forecast expected outcomes. A large number of inputs are required, usually over a significant period of time, and the type of model produced range from easy to almost impossible to understand. Example of essay to understand models are the decision trees. Regression analysis are moderately easy to understand. The natural networks remain black boxes. The major drawback of the black box models is that the is uh, becomes very difficult to hypothesize about case relationship. However, it is possible to correlate variable, but this relationship may not have any meaning or use. For example, a major bank found a correlation between the state an applicant lived in and a higher percentage of default of loans given out. This finding should not be the basis for a policy that would automatically reject any applicant from their state. Reality check must accompany statistics before any conclusions drawn. Typical application of data mining and knowledge discovery system includes market segmentation, customer profiling and detection of fraud, evaluation of retail promotions, credit risk analysis, and market basket analysis. However, it is possible to mine only a few games with data mining application. This often unexpected correlation yields some useful and often actionable insight into what is happening. Data mining tools that are currently in use includes statistical analysis tools, data mining substitute enterprise miner, consulting outsourcing tools such as EDS, IBM, and Efficient. Not that these are models, not just software. Data visualization software that present a large amount of information in a small space. They make use of human information processing capabilities, your eyes, to detect pattern, for example, in a virtual reality or similarly environment where you can walk around the data point, it is also possible to apply this technique and use these tools to mine content other than data, namely text mining and themselves analysis and web mining to look at what connect how often. How long? Example number of hits, which is very helpful to content management. Similarly, skill managing, mining of expertise, profiling are used to detect pattern in online curriculum. Visit of organizational members. It also quite possible to create expertise location system automatically based on the content mined. They use commercial software system to mine email data in order to determine who is answering what types of queries of them. The same caveat applies to all this data mining application. In order to carry out reality checks, require a human being in the loop to variety and valuable that the pattern do indeed exist and they have been interpreted in a useful and valuable manner. Blogs. A blog is a slang name for the web blog. For the ununited, a web blog is a popular and personal content form on the internet. A person weblog in is much like an open diary. It chronicles what a person wants to share with the world on an almost daily basis. A blog is a frequently updated, publicity accessible journal. Although the blog posts share act as a medium for mostly personal musing, it has evolved into a tool that offers some of the most insightful information on the web. Furthermore, blogs are becoming much more common. A business, politicians, policy makers, and even libraries and library association have begun to blog as a way of communicating with their patrons and constructions. Several librarians publish blogs that offer a wealth of information about social software and its uses. Blogs not only offer a new way to communicate with the customers, but they have internal uses well. For example, large organizations use a well-formed blog to exchange ideas and information about web development projects. Training in initiatives or research issues, the questions and answers pertaining to such issues on cross indexing and achieving help to the build a knowledge networks between the participating members. Most importantly, the price of setting up a well formed and secured for leveraging it into a knowledge and content block works out to be chapter then when compared to the cost of the other proprietary solutions. At present, the majority of blogs executely are available in the form of text. The next generation blog, however, will implement audio and video elements, bring a multimedia blend to the medium. Blogs are collection of articles or stories arranged in reserve chronology and updated more frequently than regular web pages. Just like any other information on the net, there is no guarantee of authority, accuracy, or lack of bias. In fact, personal blogs are frequently deceased and can be good sources of opinion and information from the data. Content management tools. Content management refers to the managing valuable content throughout the useful lifespan of the content. Content lifespan will typically begin with the content creation handled multiple changes and updates, merging, summarizing, and other repackaging, and will typically end with achieving metadata information about the context used to manage content throughout its useful lifespan. Metadata includes such information as source, author, keywords to describe context, data created, data changed, quality, best purpose uh, by those who have made use of it, and an expiry on best before data were applicable. It is also useful to include attributes like storage medium, location, and existence in a number of alternative forms, different languages of usage. Increasing to tag knowledge context and taxonomics serve organize and classify content for easier future retrieval and stretches relevance to chunk of information. That is where many of management solutions uses and in theory to exchange data easily between application with organizations, customers, and partners. However, the user may be use the same pages, but each user must define and apply them. Different common agreed scheme are essential. The user shall keep the tag developments on the scheme and metadata standards in their field. Taxonomics are information trees for classification information along the library subject catalog. They help is overcoming difference of language usage in different part of the organization, and even clarify the use of different language. Traditionally, taxonomy development in mutual instantive where people created and maintained it. However, the growing problems of information overload makes taxonomics receives significant attention. In order to cope with this evaluation of term who meaning change, head to here use of software for automatic classification information about such as natural language analysis, the concept behind blocks of text, and to tag and in text appropriately to aid subsequent retrieval. Automated classification, find pattern to textual connect, produce catalog categories and classify the context using these categories. Personal capital is a term coined to explain the divergence from the traditional notion of capital, which is an asset owned by the organization. Some of the key principles, best practice, and business process of knowledge management focus on the organizational level to make individual manage their own personal capital. Tools for personal information management are impressive example of personal capital knowledge management. Email and portals, blog person information and application needs harmony borrowing customers. PKM bring many of the key principles of knowledge management to bear on knowledge workers. Definition of PKM revolves around a set of core issues of managing and supporting personal knowledge and information so that it is accessible, meaningful, and valuable to the individuals. Maintaining network contact and communication. This makes life easier and more employees exploitation of the capital. The corporate world is full of these displays of identity, where meaningful themselves in the jargon people uses is a information management levels. PKM involved filtering and the sense of information and organization, paper and digital archives of and bookmark collection, knowledge sharing and dissemination tools. Communication technology such as telephone and email are different from collaboration technologies such as workflow management, but it is very difficult to draw a line between the two. Both are interval and the cute difficult to identify the pattern to the two where one end and the other begins. Both types of come under two categories of groupware or collaboration tools. Although all organization members will make use of communication and collaboration, including project teams and work units, communities of practice in particular makes use of the communication and the collaboration technologies. The following knowledge sharing and dissemination tools recognize significance. Groupware and collaborative tools, wikis and networking technology. Groupware and collaboration tools. Groupware represents a class of software that help group of colleges, work groups attached to a communication network, local area networks to organize their activities. Typically, groupware support the following operations: scheduling meeting and allocating resource, email, password protection for documentation, telephone utilities, electronic newsletter, file distribution. The most commonly used communication technology includes the telephone, fax, video conferencing, telecom conferencing, chat rooms, instant messaging, phone text messaging, internet, telephone, voice over IP or VoIP, email, and discussion forms. Communication is dyadic when it is occurred between two individuals. Telephone call, teleconferencing, on the other hand, may have more than two participants interacting with one another. Real-time video conference introduce a multimedia component to the communication channels. Participant can not only that audio but also see the other participant. Audio-visual desktop video conferencing is similar but does not request a decided video conferencing facility. Simple and index expensive video cameras transmit image. The visual component is especially useful for presenting demonstration to all participants. Chat room are text based, but participants communicate with one another in real time via a web server that provide the interaction facility. Instant messaging is also real time communication, but in this case, participants sign on to the instant messaging system and they can immediately see who else is online or live at that same time. Message exchange through text box. The SMS short messaging system allows text message sent via cellular phone rather than through the internet. Email continues to be one of the most frequently used communication channels. Is organizations, although email messaging is dyadic, yet used in a more broadcast mode, group mailing, as well as in any group discussion mode, forwarding previous discussion threads. Communication technology integrate with some form of collaboration, whether it be planning for collaboration or organizing collaborative work. Collaboration technologies are groupware or a work group productivity software. It is technology designed to facilitate the work of groups. This technology used to communicate, cooperate, coordinate, solve problems, compete, or neglect. Although traditional technologies like the telephone qualify as groupware, the term groupware refers to a specific classes of technology relying on modern computers, refers to a specific classes of technologies relying on modern computer networks such as email, news groups, videos, or chat. There are two categories of groupware technologies based on the two primary dimensions. Whether user of the groupware are working together at the same time, real time groupware, different types of groupware. Whether users are working together in the same place, collected or face to face, or in different places, non collected and distance. Following are the different categories or Texnon groupware, electronic mail and messaging, group calendaring and scheduling, electronic meeting system, desktop video real-time conference, use. Non-real-time conferencing, group document handling, workflow, workgroup utilities and development tools, groupware services, groupware or knowledge management framework, groupware application, collaborative internet-based application and products. Email is by far the most common groupware application besides of course the traditional telephone, although the basic technology designed to pass simple message between two people, even reliability basis of email system today topically include increasing features for invading message, filling message, creating mailing groups, and attaching files with a message. Other features include automatic sorting and processing of message, automatic retain and structure communication, message requiring certain information. New groupware and mailing lists are similar in spirit to email system except that the indeed message among large group of people instead of one to one communication. In practice, the main difference between the new groups and mailing list is that new groups show message to user only where they are expectedly request an on-demand service, while mailing list deliver message as they become available to interface interface interface